It's now time for Trivia Tracks with yours truly, Price Robertson. This edition of Trivia Tracks is brought to you by ProMed Ambulance Services, care you can count on, and Beth Smith at Edward Jones. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC. Did those gunslingers of the Old West die in bed or at the wrong end of a Colt 45? Here's one of them. Billy the Kid, christened Patrick Henry McCarty in New York City, was a kid, just 21 when he died. It's said that he was a nice boy and a good dancer. Unfortunately, he fell under the influence of a young man known only by the name Sombrero Jack, which led to Billy's first crime, at age 16, stealing clothes from a Chinese laundry in Silver City, New Mexico. He was arrested, but escaped 2 days later. He worked as a cowhand for the next 2 years, until the day he shot his first victim, a blacksmith who had insulted him. There was no turning back. Going by Billy the Kid, William H. Bonney, and a few other aliases, Billy spent the rest of his life stealing horses, rustling cattle, robbing stagecoaches, and killing the occasional lawman here and there. In 1880, acting on a tip, Sheriff Pat Garrett found Billy and arrested him and some of his gang. The kid was convicted of the murder of Sheriff William Brady some 3 years before. In July 1881, Lew Wallace, then the territorial governor of New Mexico, signed the death warrant for Billy the Kid. When the kid escaped after he was scheduled to be hanged, killing 2 deputies in the process, Wallace placed a new $500 bounty on the fugitive's head. Accounts vary as to the course of events. According to the canonical version, as he entered the room, Billy the Kid failed to recognize Pat Garrett due to the poor lighting. Drawing his revolver and backing away, the kid asked, "Quién es? ¿Quién es?" Spanish for "who is it, who is it?" Recognizing Bonnie's voice, Garrett drew his revolver and fired twice. The first bullet struck Billy the Kid in the chest just above his heart, while the second missed. Garrett's account leaves it unclear whether the kid was killed instantly or took some time to die. In the decades following his death, legends grew that Billy the Kid had survived, and a number of men claimed to be him. At any rate, the kid remains one of the most notorious figures of the era, whose life and likeness have been frequently dramatized in Western popular culture. He has been a feature of more than 50 movies and several television series, including the 1960 series The Tall Man. As for Pat Garrett, he spent the next 28 years or so as a sheriff, a rancher, a tax collector, and for a time, a captain of the Texas Rangers. The end came for Garrett in 1908, when after he made plans to sell his ranch to get out of debt, the ex-lawman was shot to death by a disgruntled tenant. Till next time, I'm Price Robertson. Amazed by today's trivia? Then join me for Trivia Tracks weekdays at 6:45 on Everybody's Country Y95.